Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi, my friends. Hello, how are you? So good that you tuned in today. So good that I'm here as well. And no, I really hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you for being here. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you want to be notified whenever I publish new content, please hit the bell button with all. Okay, Scorpio, we're going to hop right into it. As you can see, which is kind of unusual, we have your cards out already, like 3 of them anyways. We have from the mermaids because they really wanted to come through experiments. We have a prayer card from the guardian angel deck, and we have fill yourself with morganite from the crystallery oracle deck. So very, very interesting. It's definitely about the heart, like all of these colors. And we have the topic of ruby red, you know, of that red kind of a color coming up again. So when the heart chakra, we start out, usually the heart chakra is green, but there can be elements of magenta in that. And when it's really healed and like thriving and throbbing, I was going to say, it can turn into a magenta kind of a color, okay? And this is what I'm seeing here ultimately for you, Scorpio. What they gave me for you was be well, Scorpio, all is well. You are safe, you are protected. Someone really needs to hear that right now. And the mermaids wish to connect with you. Dear King, dear Queen, dear God, dear Goddess, speaking to the very divine part within yourself. Some of you may have been neglecting that part, and the part that brings a lot of power with it, okay? It's definitely about the heart. It's about feelings and acknowledging those feelings in others and in yourself, of course, and in all others. It's about compassion, about cheerfulness, about tasting life, about living fully in harmony with all. Oneness, Scorpio, oneness. That's the topic here for you, okay? And that's what I received. The chanting, the healing chanting was really beautiful as well for you. It was really comforting, lots of feminine energies here, very ancient also, okay? Yeah, let's hop right in. When I was getting the experiments card, it said manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. When I was getting this card, I was like, okay, how on earth am I going to bring this to you? But as I was reading through it and the meaning of it, it's rather that you seem to be the activist here. You seem to be the awakened one that is witnessing a lot of stuff in our current environment, or have been witnessing maybe for a couple of years already. And you don't like what you're seeing, not one bit. And this is to you, and it's almost a confirmation to what you're seeing here, and I'll read that to you now, actually, is what they want me to read. So what they're saying is, and again, this is not to you, this is rather a confirmation for the current circumstances that you are already seeing, but just know that you're not alone, that there are so many others that are seeing the same things that you are seeing. We are concerned. We are concerned that we are seeing the errors of pride, hubris, arrogance repeating themselves in this time. We are concerned that the terrible experiments that occurred in Atlantis, where Lemurians were modified against their will, are being repeated. We are concerned. We see you taking the cells of one form and attaching them to another, stitching life forms without choice to each other, and breeding forms you think will be useful, introducing species into environments, mutating and twisting, and ultimately hurting creatures and yourselves and this planet. Power and enslavement are those experiments on animals, on sea creatures who are hunted, on people who change their shape to look as though they do not age, to enlarge a part of the body and to carve away another. What is it you are doing? Why? We call on you now to understand your own beauty and the perfection of all that is in nature. Stop the cruelty. Ask yourselves, look around, empathize, or will you do it all again? Will you change the very nature of the world because you thought your arrogant quest was noble? Our tears fall unnoticed into an ocean, and you continue, but not you who receives this card. This is the important part that I told you about, right? It's not you they're talking about. You have spoken up. And we know you will, just by self-love, kindness to animals and sea creatures, and activism, bring about change through your compassionate actions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's also something about genetically engineered food to watch out for. And yeah, to just see. Yeah, we need to step in, all of us, and change it. It is happening again, and that's why we're talking to you now. So this is your message. I think I was just stung in the face by one of the mosquitoes. Oh my god, okay. So, and the foot too. Yeah, this is all dramatically reminding me of shooting oneself in your own foot. But again, this goes to say, of course, we're all here. We're all leaving our footprints right here on Earth, also environmentally. But I feel like I'm talking to someone who is rather on the activist side, who is mindful of his or her environment and that sort of thing. And it's bringing, it's the whole topic here seems to be about, Scorpio, bringing your heart back to yourself in more ways, which is also interesting because we mentioned the heart chakra and how an evolved heart chakra can look like, right? And so it's about you walking the path so others can see that it's possible and learn from your example. That's what this is about, okay? And you have the prayer card. There's only 4 prayer cards in this whole deck. And it reads, Dear God, help me always to remember that this present life is but a fleeting moment within eternity. So some of you may just be worried about the current state this world is in and humanity is in. And this is a reminder for you to take it with a bit more ease, because every single thing here has its purpose, has its reason, and we can't see it within a minute's time, an hour time, a day's time, year's time, century time. It's more a fleeting moment within eternity, so remember that. Help me always to remember that this life is but a dream. Help me always remember that you exist within everyone and everything. This is so important. This is also what they mentioned here in the channeling, right? With oneness, compassionate towards all. Every single, and this is not an easy thing to do. If you watched like the interview I did with Sean Kelly, we were talking about, narcissists. We were talking about, how do you even fathom to love or to bring compassion about someone who had done something horrible to children. We were talking about that harsh kind of a topic. It's well worth it. You may be interested in that. It's a couple weeks back, I believe. But it's about that, when we come here with the intention to find more love, to find more compassion, which seems to be the case here for you, Scorpio, then we'll encounter also the cruelties that then present a challenge for us to love, right? Because if someone's really lovable, they're easy to love. There's no challenge in that, right? But when you're seeing something within another person that appears to be cruel, that appears to do stuff that you completely disagree with, or that your skin just crawls back, that's an entirely different matter. But by you vibrationally changing and seeing something good within them, it is then that that they become more readily available to see it within themselves. It's very interesting. So this happens on an energetic level, okay? And I need you to remember this right now, Scorpio. Yeah, help me always to remember that love is all there is and all else is an illusion. Thank you. Yep. It does not mean, in my personal opinion, to stay with a narcissist or anything like that, or to, love what they're doing. That's not the concept, not from my understanding currently. That's not the intention here, and I don't think it should be, because you need to have the feelings that you have too. You need to acknowledge those too, and you need to protect yourself too, right? Because there is some viciousness out there, that's for sure. And you want to have those strong boundaries, yet you can, from a different standpoint, also send love out to those situations that you normally absolutely don't agree with, okay? Then we have fill yourself with the Morganite, and this is so beautiful. And this is a reminder for you, Scorpio, to step away a bit from, negative intake. So too much TV, too much noise from the outside world. Really fill yourself. Good food, healthy intake of whatever it is. Maybe, I don't know, really reduced social media, I would say. Reduced intake here, and really make sure you're filling your mind, your body, and your soul. This is about nurturing yourself in a healthy way, in a really healthy way. Let me just get that here out of the way because we're done with this. And then we need to see how we would place the cards. But it's the same way. Yeah, but a little bit here. Here we go. That's where they want them. Thank you. Fill yourself. That's so important. Also, of course, have your own cup full before you give out. That's really another important message here. Oh my God, yes. Breathe into your heart, Morganite advises. From this space, you can expand into unexplored parts of your being. Very interesting. Connecting with the world, both within and around you, in new ways. With your heart open, you can dive deep into your relationships, both with the human world and the non-human world, finding facets that didn't exist until Morganite helped you breathe them into life. Stretch into your fullness, Morganite whispers. From this place, the things that are not you get slowly crowded out by the truth of your soul. And this is so interesting when this happens, right? Because people will fall away left and right. Jobs will fall away, right? Living situations, partnerships, all of that, because when we think we are one thing by conditioning and then gradually move into we're actually a different thing, it's so interesting when we are then, like 5 or 10 years later, are able to look back on that period in our life, and we are maybe at that stage you probably don't know what will fall away, like how much will have changed. If you're at that point, since this is a general reading, then you can already look back 10 years past, 5 years past, and back and see like how far you've come. Did you think 5 years ago or 10 years ago that you were complete, that you were whole? How has your thinking changed since then, right? So it's the work of years, of lifetimes, but it's work worth doing for the surety and peace of being wholly yourself. There's a ritual of commitment. It's committing to yourself or to a thing that I will post over on Patreon. And the reflection here reads, what keeps you small? This is an excellent reflection, and I can actually give it to you here. What are the benefits of staying small? This is a very interesting question to ask yourself, because often we're just like, yeah, I get it, you know, I keep myself small because of this and that. And why that it's not good for you at a certain stage is becoming very, very clear. But what's the benefits of it? Like, is it maybe safer to keep yourself small? Is it more comfortable, or do you feel more comfortable? It'll feel restricting at some point, but did it used to be more comfortable, right? And what are the potential rewards of a good stretch? Exactly. What are the rewards if you were to stretch yourself here fully, Scorpio? What would happen? What do you think would happen? Like, feel into it. The feeling part is the most important thing, because I bet you that the stretching part, when you're feeling yourself into it, when you're not coming from the mind but from the heart, like, those rewards are overwhelmingly beautiful and overwhelmingly rewarding. No, that's it, Scorpio. We're going to pull more cards, but this is for the extended, is what I'm being told. I'm sending you so much love, light, and shadow, and I really hope this was helpful to you. If you do want to follow us over to Patreon, if this resonated and you want to know more, please, the links are down below for Patreon, $11.11 a month. You're greatly helping the channel. You're greatly supporting. But it's, of course, not a must. It's a great addition to this, I believe, with all the healing work we're doing over on Patreon. But that's completely up to you. All right, my friends, sending you so much love, light, and shadow, and I'll see you next time. Bye.